Have you ever felt a disagreement with someone didn't really start with what you thought? That's because conflict begins with perception. In today's mini lecture, we'll explore how conflict works, what makes it so common in close relationships, and how power and communication styles influence whether conflict escalates or gets resolved. By the end, you'll have 3 key takeaways you can use to face when you have conflict next. First, what is conflict? Conflict happens when people perceive incompatible goals or someone interfering with their objectives. The 4 features are: 1. Conflicting begins with perception. 2. It involves clashes in goals or behaviors. 3. It is a process, something that unfolds over time. And 4th, it is a dynamic. It changes as people react. Understanding this helps us see conflict not as a one-time event, but as a process we're a part of. Next, why do conflicts show up so much in close relationships? Because we spend prolonged time interacting and we share many roles. The reading highlights 3 major sources. 1. Irritating partners' behavior, habitual annoyances. 2. Disagreements over rules, for example, no phones at dinner. And thirdly, personality clashes, workaholic versus laid back. When you combine these with emotional intensity and shared lives, you get a high chance of conflict. There's another layer, power. Power means the ability to influence or control others and events. Power is always present, even when hidden. It can be balanced, symmetrical, or imbalanced, complementary. Those with moderate power often use controlling communication. People with higher power often don't need to show their power. They know they'll be listened to. Plus, power currency, things like resource, expertise, social network, personal traits, and intimacy shape how conflict plays out. How we manage conflict matters a lot. The reading lists 5 styles: avoiding, accommodating, competing, reacting, and collaborating. For example, avoidance is very common but can lead to cumulative annoyance. Collaborating, treating conflict as mutual problem solving, tends to produce better long-term outcomes. Also, culture plays a role. In collectivistic cultures, you'll see more avoidance/accommodation, and individualistic ones, more competition/reacting/collaborating. So you need to pick a style that fits both your culture and the relationship. To wrap up, conflict starts with perception and is ongoing. Close relationships add complexity via habits, rules, personalities, and power, and style determines how conflict ends. The next time you feel tension, ask, am I reacting to perception? What goal is clashing? How much power is involved? Which style am I using? Here's a question for you. What one change could you make in your next disagreement to manage more constructively? Thanks for listening.